Diner was a map that's been probably in development for about 18 months, and it's something that we tweaked and tuned and refined to be the best tactical experience that we could put forward. It's something where we wanted to bring together our teamwork, we wanted to bring together a set of power weapons that were finely balanced against the core weapons. The map is unusual that it's on an entirely flat surface. It has no elevation change, but it has a striking definition between inside and outside. So the combat here is all about positioning. On the inside, it's a very close quarters battle, and in fact there's some really great one-on-ones and opportunities for, say, 2v2s, and inside there's the M-bar. And what's really sort of unusual about this sniper placement is that it's placed deep inside. So that means you have to go and win the inside and then take that sniper and bring it outside to have really strong effect. And then on the outside of the walls is the street fight. That's where all the ranged combat comes in. So it goes from an individual chess match like in the kitchen to a team chess match out in the street, right? And you have to, as a team, work together to control both spaces, because your control over the power weapons and your control over the spaces is going to lead you to victory. Even though Diner is set in a wasteland, it's a beautiful wasteland. You can see the glorious night sky with stars, you can see the sunset that has just crested below the horizon, and it creates a beautiful skyscape that we don't see in any other map. The inside of the diner is fantastic. It really feels like that classic 1950s vibe. And there's a couple little, I wouldn't call them Easter eggs, but there's some prizes inside if you go and explore the inside of the diner. Old Town is a classic Gears 3 map that we've reimagined for Gears 4. The map has elevation change in it that's asymmetric. And because it's asymmetric, there's design choices that have been made to balance that out. You have these very solid 3 lanes that run sort of the vertical of the map. And there's this connection point between them that allow players to keep a really good battle awareness even though they're siloed inside their own lanes. With this version of Old Town, we started with a classic layout. What we did there is to take the boom shot and rotate it with drop shot to provide 2 different fights on alternating rounds. The drop shot plays out very differently, where we've got the ability to influence the other lanes coming out of that alley very, very quickly. We really wanted the secondary weapons to be impactful, so we added an overkill and a Marxa that rotate. And what this means is that on each alternate rotation, you get a extremely close range fight with the overkills, and then you get a long range fight with the Marxas. And that's a really rich, exciting fight that we hope players will really enjoy. Similar to our War Machine treatment, we wanted to do something that was different with Old Town. So we thought, well, where could we take it? Well, let's take it to a UIR village. And there's this feeling that the village has been lived in. It's almost a day in the life of a person in the UIR. So you can still see the fish on the ground. There's this wonderful half whale that is hanging from a building, sort of dripping blood, and that contrast of the big, imposing military industrial complex kind of looming over the town with a beautiful oceanscape on the other side. It really feels and looks different than anything else that we've done. In the March update, we're introducing new ranked lobbies for both core and competitive. The ranked lobby really brings sort of 3 big ideas. One is to keep ranked players in a loop, right? So you come out of a game, you go back into the lobby, and you keep matchmaking, and you can play another game. And it really feels much more natural, a very sort of flowful experience. It also brings map voting that allows you to vote on which map you want to play. You're also going to see the entire team composition of who's there, and if somebody leaves the game, at that point, everyone will be put back into a lobby to start again and reform a new match very quickly. And that means less downtime, it means less matches that start incomplete, and we know from feedback that that's something that's very important to people, and we're excited to bring the new lobbies, aside both core and competitive, that will help fix that. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think on the official Gears of War forums and @Gears of War on Twitter. Click on a fly-through to see more of these latest 2 maps.